Hey, Busy Bees. Today we are back with another chapter in our My Weird School series, Book 2, Mr. Klutz is Nuts by Dan Gutman. Happy Friday, everybody. Before we get into our chapter of the day, we are going to get into our riddle of the day. And the riddle of the day is, what kind of gum do bees chew? Okay. And I'll read it one more time. What kind of gum do bees chew? And of course, I'm going to tell you the answer to the riddle at the end of our chapter. So let's pop open the book and fly through this adventure together. Today, we are on chapter 10. Yesterday, we read chapter 9, where they all pledged the allegiance because they wrote essays about why Election Day is important. And they pledged the allegiance to Mr. Klutz, who climbed all the way up a flagpole. But then he ran into some trouble as he came down, and it was Miss Daisy who saved the day. All right, chapter 10. Mr. Klutz is getting weirder. Uh-oh. Your election day essays were fantastic, Mr. Klutz told our class the next morning. He had a big bandage wrapped around his head. I'm guessing he must have either crashed his skateboard again or found another flagpole to fall off. Thank you, we all said. But I was a little surprised by the number of spelling errors I found in them, he continued. We need to improve the spelling at our school. So here's what I have decided to do. If you students can write out a list of 100,000 spelling words by Thanksgiving, I will dress up in a turkey costume and ride a pogo stick down Main Street. Yay! Everybody hollered. How about 1,000 spelling words, shouted Ryan. 100,000 spelling words, Mr. Klutz repeated. That's my final offer. Take it or leave it. And every word must be spelled correctly. Have a nice day. During lunch, I was sure that Andrea was going to start her list of spelling words just to show how smart she was. But she didn't. She just kind of sat there, picking at her food quietly. You know, I've been thinking, she finally said. I'm beginning to wonder if something might be wrong with Mr. Klutz. Like what? Emily asked. Maybe he has some kind of a personal problem. What do you mean? Michael asked. Mr. Klutz is a cool guy. Would you rather have a boring principal? My mother is a psychologist, Andrea said, and she says that people sometimes do weird things for reasons that are buried deep within their mind. What does that mean? I asked. It means she thinks Mr. Klutz is nuts, said Michael. I didn't say that, Andrea went on. All I'm saying is that maybe he didn't want to climb up the flagpole. Maybe he doesn't want to put on a turkey costume. Maybe he just wants people to like him. And the only way he knows to show that is to do nutty things. Maybe he's a sad, unhappy man. Maybe all he wants is a hug or something. That's the saddest story I've ever heard, Emily said. Then she started sobbing. Me, Ryan, and Michael looked at one another. We all rolled our eyes up in our heads. Mr. Klutz is cool, Ryan said. You're the one who has some kind of a personal problem, Andrea. Maybe Mr. Klutz is nuts, I said. In fact, maybe he's not a principal at all. Did you ever think of that? Maybe Mr. Klutz escaped from a home for the criminally insane and he's just pretending to be a principal. Maybe our real principal is tied up to a chair in the dungeon down in the basement, my friend Billy told me. There is no dungeon down in the basement, Emily insisted. That's just one of those urban legends. Sure, that's just what he wants us to believe, I told Emily. He doesn't want us to know our real principal is tied up to a chair down there. He probably tortures him during summer vacations. I think you guys are nuts, Emily said. I'm worried about Mr. Klutz, Andrea said, biting her fingernails. And that is the end of our chapter for today. What do you think about Mr. Klutz? Do you think he's overdoing it? Do you think he wants attention? Do you think he wants people to like him? Or do you think it's just his personality and he likes a good time and he wants the students to do well? Those are some things to be able to think about. All right, so let's get into the answer of our riddle for today. So, our riddle was, what kind of gum do bees chew? And the answer is, drum roll please, bumble gum. Did you get it? Bumble gum, just like a bumblebee. I like that one. That one's too funny. If you like this video, give it a like. And if you'd like to follow along for more adventures, hit that subscribe button. And I will see you on the next one.